Louis Dodger. We've got embedded reporters deep inside the room, wherever they're doing that at Dodger Stadium. Anyway, let's just hope we have a feed to carry alive. Do we have a feed, Corporate Craig? Let's get to it. The biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, your Thursday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Listen carefully because I can say this now. Good afternoon.
Oh, what do you think?
Loved it.
Love it.
Not to love. But I didn't know Will Ferrell could sing.
Yeah,
right?
It's a great, funny, fun musical. Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. It's great. And that's the origin of Good Afternoon.
Right.
Yes. So now I will join you in the good afternoon.
And you know how Good Afternoon means in their
means
context.
F you.
It means F you.
It means F you. And it's amazing. See, but wasn't it a good movie? It fits you perfectly.
I know it is. It's a lot of singing, a lot of jazz hands, Mace.
Jazz
It's
hands.
right up my alley.
It's like
Exactly.
making fun of musicals.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Good.
Oh,
It's
it
good.
was great.
If you haven't watched Spirited, it's
It's
excellent.
a great Christmas movie. It's like really a good time to watch.
Yeah, we watched it. I think it's going to be like an annual thing. We'll watch Spirited and we'll watch Love Actually. Did you see Love Actually, the show?
Yep, I went Sunday.
Okay, so
Guess when I'm going?
When?
Tonight.
Nice.
Yep.
Great. Are you taking Riley?
No, I'm taking
Okay.
my
Are
friend.
you taking a date?
Yes.
Yeah. So this
All right.
is the show is Love Actually. It is based on the movie, and it is playing at the Wallace Theater in Beverly Hills. It is great music. There was great music in the movie Love Actually. They tie it all together. You see clips from the movie. It's just. It's such a great experience. I'm taking Mom and not stepdad Leo and my brother and his boyfriend for Christmas this year on the 23rd.
You're going to love it. And just make sure, call your date or text her while we're on the air and make sure she's seen Love Actually.
No, yeah, she wanted to see it.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. Do you think you have to have seen Love
do.
Actually to get it?
To really love it like we do, yeah.
Is it inside or outside?
Inside.
Inside.
Yeah.
It's a great theater. It doesn't hold that many people, so every seat's a good seat.
And it's a super cool scene. I mean, there are clips all over the place playing from the movie while people say you're going to
People
love
are
it.
just singing, or they're just
It's
acting it out.
it's a musical. The whole thing is singing.
Singing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all singing. No, you'll like it. It's really, really good. Recommend it. Wallace Theater, Love Actually, the musical.
And Greg, hang around to the very end.
The very end. So
Yeah. After the movie ends, there's one more number. Hang around for that.
Okay.
You'll like it.
Yes.
All right. I will.
So, John, there is clout, and there is leverage, and there is power. And you know who's got all of it right now in Los Angeles?
Well, based on the trickling down of the details of Shohei Ohtani's contract, I think it's him.
Can you believe that he actually has it in his contract that if Friedman leaves or if Walter sells the team, he can leave as a free agent?
You know, I've never heard of that.
Never.
That if your bosses leave your deal, you can get out of your deal.
Yeah.
I mean, like you and I have things in our contract whether if like you were to leave or if I was to leave, we would have some say after that. But not like think about Base. How many GMs have we worked for? How many program directors? I mean, can you imagine if we had that in our deal? I mean, I'm shocked the Dodgers gave it to him.
Will you put it in your next contract? If I go, you go.
Well, I don't think they. Greg, the point is, I don't think they'd give it to me.
Probably not.
That's the weird thing. I mean, so think about this: if Andrew Friedman gets a Godfather offer, like some team, and in the case of Billy Beane, for example, what kept Billy? If you watch the movie Moneyball, Billy Beane gets an offer that at the time would have made him the highest paid executive in all of professional sports.
For the Red Sox.
For the Red Sox. And the way the A's kept him was they gave him ownership. It's a very small percentage, but they gave him ownership. Can you imagine if Andrew Friedman, if some team comes in, if the Yankees decide they want Andrew Friedman, and the Steinbrenners say, we'll give you 5% of the team, and he leaves, he could take Shohei with him.
Correct.
I mean, it's a stunning concession by the Dodgers. But, Mason, you used the right word. It's leverage. Shohei had, and he did them a huge favor by deferring all that money. So once he did that, he could ask for things that you wouldn't think of, and this was one of them. It's a brilliant move by his agent.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And all coming from him. And by the way, he'll be introduced today. 3:00. He'll meet the media for the first time. And I've got the.
Can we carry that, Greg, or no?
If it goes on MLB Network, yes, we will carry it.
I would imagine.
I would think so.
I mean, we can't do it if it goes on
Spectrum.
Sportsnet LA.
No, that's a Dodger channel.
Dodger channel.
Right.
If it was the Laker channel, yes.
No, but it's the same owners.
Yeah, but
if I can get you
Are
permission.
you sure?
Yeah. So you want asking AJ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask. Let me know.
Yeah.
Because
Okay,
I don't actually think we can.
Right.
So, in addition to the Shohei stuff, this is courtesy writer named Dan Clark. Yoshinobu Yamamoto was extremely impressed by the Dodgers' presentation, including the support staff in attendance at the meeting, including Freeman, Mookie Betts, Shohei, and Will Smith. A 10-plus year contract term has supposedly been offered.
And he's 26.
25.
10 plus.
10.
So that means it could be like a
10
13,
plus.
I don't love
13-year
that for
contract.
a pitcher.
You don't love that?
For a pitcher.
But he's 25. Does that make a
I know.
difference?
It's still a long contract for a starting pitcher.
Most pitchers, now every once in a while, there's a guy that lives up to a long-term deal. But if you go over the history of 7-8-year deals, especially even with the Dodgers, whether it was Kevin Brown or
that was a 10-year deal,
and I think there was another guy. Was it Mike Hampton that got a deal with the Mets?
He did get one.
Long.
That was a terrible one. Or with the Rockies, and then got traded.
The one I'm thinking that worked was Sabathia. He kind of lived up to the 7 years.
Yeah.
But you've always said this, Mace. If you give a pitcher. The reason Shohei is so valuable is he's a pitcher and a hitter. Even if he never pitches again, he's worth it as a hitter.
Yeah.
This other guy's just a pitcher. So if he blows out his arm 2 years in, then you're on the hook for 8 years. So it's a risky, but the Dodgers are going for it. Good for them.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens. I mean,
not my money.
It's exactly 10-plus years. The longest contract Andrew Friedman has ever given a pitcher is Brandon McCarthy, 4 years.
Right, and that was a disaster.
And that was terrible. Yeah. So we'll see. I never thought he would spend big on a pitcher, or at least in terms of term. They've been in on pitchers like Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander, but they're all super front-loaded. It's like, here's a big annual average value for 3 years. And
right,
instead,
like what they did with Scherzer.
Exactly. And they wind up losing out. They offered a big front-loaded deal to Aaron Judge that didn't go through because the Yankees were willing to give him a longer term.
Now, what do you do you think Yamamoto would do anything along the same lines as Shohei?
Oh.
No, Shohei's because Shohei makes so much money off the field.
Why won't Yamamoto?
But he doesn't have it yet.
Yeah,
I mean, Shohei made the Angels $20 million a year by just selling his jersey and selling his merchandise.
Right.
And I read somewhere that Shohei brings in $45 million a year off the field.
Yeah.
Which is why he can afford to defer, to only take $2 million from the Dodgers. But you know what? I think we should. Like I said, I wouldn't give Yamamoto or any pitcher a 10-year deal, but I love the fact as a Dodger fan that they're willing to do it, that they're going for it. So good for them.
So there's some video leaking out now from Blades of Glory.
Okay.
The one, this guy Tom Bustamante has just nailed it. 2 geezers on skates. It's me and Morales. And this is the one where I come so close to falling. So close.
I'm just glad you didn't get killed.
Yeah, no, it was right. Morales just clung to the and Kaplan could turn pro.
He was really good.
Kaplan on ice could play Crypto.com Arena.
He can't because he was on 1 foot, putting his leg out like he was Oksana Bayul. Like he was really.
He was skating. He was skating backwards. He was Oksana Bayul.
He was spinning around and going backwards. He was putting one leg up, so he was skating on one leg. It was really impressive.
Very impressive.
Yeah, so he buried the lead. He knew how to skate.
He knew how to skate.
Oh, yeah.
He sandbagged us, but good for him.
He did. Even when
great.
he got onto the ice, he sandbagged
pretended
it.
like
he was like,
he couldn't skate.
I'm not doing so well. Then all of a sudden, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. He's going around.
He's Dan Jansen.
He was
swinging that arm. All right.
Apollo
So anyway,
Anton
that was very successful. There are video clips floating around now. I guess they all made it onto the social media stuff. So you go look at that while you're listening to us. And Michelle Smallman is going to be here next from Unsportsmanlike with Evan Canty and Michelle. We'll kick around the games, including tonight's thriller, the Raiders versus the Chargers. It's coming up. Mesa and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The 12 days of 710. Hi, this is Michelle Smallman, host of the new ESPN radio morning show Unsportsmanlike. Heard weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on 710. It's that time of year, time for the season of winning on 710. Just listen for me to give you the cue to call. When you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you get to pick a holiday gift box in the 710 studio. Will it be the Travis box, the Sliwa box, Mason, Ireland, the Sedano box, or Cappy? Each box could have a fabulous prize for you to win.
And Sedano and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
So they're... Actually, I'll hold that. We have Michelle? All right, awesome. So Ireland's in San Antonio. I'm here in L.A. By the way, the crew's all together. Brian is back. Producer Brian. Producer Laura is back. So the show is at 100% full strength. And joining us right now is Michelle Smallman. She is from Unsportsmanlike with Evan Canty and Michelle. She joins us every Thursday. Michelle, how you doing?
I am doing well. How are you guys today?
We are excellent, Michelle. And let's start with this game tonight. My Raiders against Brian's Chargers. Raiders favored by 3. It opened at 3.5. It's been bet down to 3. Michelle, if you had to bet that game, who would you take?
This is kind of the can I keep my job bowl between these two head coaches, between Antonio Pierce, the interim head coach, and Brandon Staley, who's on the hottest of seats. I don't feel great either way in this game. This is going to be a brutal one to watch. I'm sorry. I know both of you have a horse in this race, but I think I'm going to take the Chargers and the points. Even despite Justin Herbert being out for the season, I don't really believe in this Raiders team, and they have a lot of injuries that they've sustained. So I think I'm going to take the Chargers and the points.
Yeah, they suck. Both of them. Both of them are just awful. I feel bad for Al Michaels, who's got to describe another absolutely awful football game tonight. So, Michelle, the Rams are in the playoff hunt. This is my team. We're the home of the Rams. Sean McVay was on with us yesterday. Sounds really good. Sounds really confident about Sunday against Washington. If they can rattle off 3 wins against subpar teams the next 3 weeks, if they can beat Washington and then New Orleans and then the Giants, I think they're in the playoffs. It all starts Sunday, Sam Howell in Washington at SoFi Stadium. It is Rams minus 6.5.
This one pains me. You know this is tough for me because I am the biggest Rams hater out there.
You're a Rams hater. That's right. I forgot about that.
I'm a Rams hater, but I have to give them props. They've been one of the sneaky hottest teams in the NFL. I don't think anybody really expected this at the beginning of the season, but they've been a tough out. And coming off that loss to the Ravens, I think that they're going to have a statement to make. And I like the Rams to cover in this one. I really do. And they take that. Trying to be objective for you guys.
That is what we need. Your objectivity, Michelle. Your objectivity.
So, Michelle, this is going to test. Most gamblers will tell you if you can ever get double-digit points in the NFL, take the points because the NFL is such a competitive league. But I'm looking at this game, 49ers at Cardinals. Niners favored by 12. I think I would lay it. If I had to bet that game, the Niners are really good. The Cardinals aren't. Am I crazy to lay 12 points and take the Niners in this game?
I don't think you are. I know it feels like a trap, and you want to avoid that landmine if you can, but I'm with you. I think I'd lay the points as well. I think San Francisco is that dominant that I would absolutely go there as well.
It's a trap. Okay, it's a trap. All right, last one.
Like it, but I do it.
Last game I want to ask you about here is Buffalo playing for their playoff lives right now. Josh Allen having a really good year, but Buffalo's been sort of up and down versus Dallas, and they've been rolling. Buffalo's a 2-point favorite in Buffalo. How do you see that game?
I know that this one is in Buffalo, and we're talking about them being hungry and the conditions and just the home field advantage there. But I was really surprised to see the Cowboys getting points in this game. Dallas has been really good against the spread this season, so I think I'm going to go with the Cowboys and the points. I think I'm going to go with that, even despite the game being in Buffalo.
So I heard you this morning on Unsportsmanlike with Evan Canty and Michelle, and you were talking about gift wrapping. Do you have all your gifts wrapped? Do you do all the wrapping yourself?
So I have all of the gifts purchased, but they are not wrapped yet. I'm one of the world's worst wrappers. I need to pay somebody to do it, but I just never have time to figure that out. So I'm the person that comes home from midnight mass on Christmas Eve and stays up till like 1 o'clock in the morning doing a terrible wrapping job in my bedroom at my parents' house. It's a really sad scene.
Michelle, I can guarantee you this. I want you, when you wrap what you think is your worst wrap job, I want you to take a picture and send it to us, and then I will do the same to you, and I guarantee you, and I'm not going to tank it on purpose, I'm going to try. I guarantee you I'm worse at wrapping presents than you are. I am the worst. I always end up with either way too much wrapping paper or not enough. I never get it just right. And some of the disasters over the years are legendary in my family. I guarantee you, you are not worse than me at this. I am the absolute worst gift wrapper alive today.
Okay, well, we will have a wrap-off because I think I beat you. We're going to have a wrap-off. I'm one of the people that I never measure it correctly, and I end up having to cut an additional slice of the wrapping paper.
Of course, to stick on there, yeah.
Literally tape it. Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad. But I kind of have gotten to this point with gift giving. I'm really proactive with what I want to give people, but I'm like, I should just put it in a plastic bag and give it to you. I mean, I can't just Venmo you at this point. I mean, I just feel like let's cut all of the fluff out and just get to business.
Now, Mason actually has the best idea for this, Michelle, and I've been reluctant to come around to it. Just give money.
Money's such a good gift.
Just give money.
People
because
love it.
No one ever gets disappointed if they get money. And like you
you don't have to wrap it.
Yeah, and the counter argument is, well, it's you didn't put any thought into it. The recipient doesn't care that you didn't put any. No one has ever in the history of gift giving been disappointed to get money.
Oh, cash? Really?
Yeah, that does
Stuff
not
with
happen.
cash.
That reaction has never happened. Like somebody
I
being mad
love
at
cash. Give me an envelope full of cash, like I'm at an Italian wedding. I absolutely love that. Because if you get a gift card, you put it in your wallet, you forget that you have it all the time, it expires, or you buy something that doesn't fulfill the entirety of the gift card, and then you end up spending more money to make sure that you get the cash on the gift card. I'm with you. I am so about giving money. But I need to get your advice on this because I'm in an interesting conundrum as a new New York City resident. So I'm from
Where
the
are you
Midwest.
living? Where are you living in New York?
I live in the Village.
Nice.
So
East Village,
I'm
West Village.
West Village.
Nice.
So I'm in a good area, and I'm in a great building, but we have doormen here, and tonight is our building holiday party, and I'm trying to avoid it like you can't believe. I don't have the holiday spirit yet. I have to watch this terrible football game tonight. I don't have it in me to go down there and small talk, but I need to give the doormen their Christmas
Of
gift.
course you do. This is like one of the most important New York things is you've got to give the doorman a good Christmas gift. So what do you give him?
Michelle, you don't have a conundrum. Give him cash.
Yeah, no, this is cash. The question is how much?
No, so there's two conundrums. It's how much do I give, and B, is it poor form if I ask for their Venmos and Venmo them the money instead of going to get cash out?
Well, I don't think
anyone. Lovely card.
Nobody's going to say no. If you Venmo them money. I remember, by the way, Ireland, this is such a big thing in New York. I remember giving my doorman, I want to say, $2,000 for Christmas because they do everything. They get every package. They do they're there for you all the time. So you have to leave a really big tip for the doorman.
$2,000?
Yes.
I didn't know we were going that high.
Yeah, that's what it takes to get a good, and then the doorman is on your side all year long.
I think that sounds high, Michelle. I think 500 does the trick.
No. 2K.
500. We have like 7 different doormans in rotation, though.
But you give it to the head doorman and he divides it up.
Oh, okay. See, I'm glad we're talking through this because I am green here. I have no idea how to go about
What
this.
number did you have in your head before you brought it up to us?
Well, I was thinking I would give kind of the secondary role players who I don't really see $100, and then the main guy $200.
So that would be, and there's if there's,
I think that's $1,800 less than I gave my doorman.
Yeah, no, but Mace, think about it. If there's 7 of them, then she's 600 for the backups, and she's 200. Now she's in for $800.
Right? That's true.
Pretty good.
I say I just handed over. I want to say it's $2K, and you divide it up amongst yourselves. That's I think what I did. But tipping the doorman at the holidays is like a gigantic thing in New York. You cannot screw it up.
Part of this, Michelle, is do you mind me asking how old you are?
No, not at all. I'm 37.
Okay, so part of it is if you're, nobody's going to expect you to blow your whole bankroll on the doorman. So just give what you can afford. If you were older and had lived in that building for 20 years, then maybe you do what Mason did. But I don't think you have to give that much money.
Okay, I really appreciate this advice because I didn't really know how to go about this, but I like giving the head doorman, Mr. Wayne, the lump sum, and then I'll leave all the dirty work up to him.
Exactly.
They can fight for it like
minute.
the Hunger Games.
Michelle, Bruce Wayne is your doorman in Gotham City? That's very impressive.
His name is Mr. Wayne, and he is quite the character, so I need to make sure he's taken care of.
All right. Hey, listen, Michelle, we love having you on as always, and we will be listening tomorrow morning on Sportsmanlike with Evan Canty and Michelle. We'll talk to you next week, okay?
Sounds great. Thanks for having me on, guys.
There's Michelle, and she's here courtesy Prize Picks, largest and number 1 daily fantasy sports platform in North America. New members go to prizepicks.com/710. Use code 710 for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. All right, coming up next for you, going to spin the wheel of questions. Ireland's wheel today. Mesa in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
I want to tell you about my secret weapon for staying active. It's called IcePod Active. Go to that website, icepodactive.com, ICEBOD active.com, all one word. It's wearable cryotherapy. That replaces my cryo chamber that cost me $50 every time I used to go. IcePod Active makes form-fitting compression wear with custom-sized pockets that fit flexible gel packs that fit around your sore joints and problem areas. If you're active, if you play tennis, pickleball, golf, soccer, basketball, football, if you're a runner, put this in your arsenal and you can do what you love every day. It's a great Christmas or holiday gift for anybody you know that's active. And you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if they don't like it, you don't lose any money. You just send it back. Inventory is going fast. So get yours today at icepodactive.com. You'll see that Hall of Famer James Worthy swears by this stuff. And if you use the coupon code LA710, you get 20% off till the end of the year. Stop worrying about what you're going to get somebody for Christmas. Go to icepodactive.com and you're taken care of. Everybody I've turned on to icePod Active absolutely loves it. Get yours today at icepodactive.com.
Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
Okay.
What are you laughing at?
I just got a text from Shay. He says, with the 2K tip, flex on the Mace.
Yeah, geez.
And it's not even...
That's what I said.
New York style, that's not that much.
All right, here's the question.
Yes.
If aliens took over
Okay.
and humans were put into zoos,
Okay.
what would you want in your zoo enclosure?
Oh.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay? 2 things. First thing, batting cage.
Oh,
that's
good one.
nice.
Good one.
Yeah, because then you can, hit us maybe, and you could. It would double as a golf simulator. I could hit golf balls. I could baseball, and then Mace. Of course, a massage chair. Those are the 2 things I want in my enclosure. By the way, have you gotten word my massage chair's coming this week?
Mine is not. I was a little bit behind you.
Okay, so you should get it next
Next week. I'll have it for the holidays.
Yeah, but those would be my 2. Bergman, you're in a zoo enclosure. What do you want in there?
So I want the golf simulator. I actually want to just sit there with a golf club and just try and
you
actually
can play
learn.
any course in the world. It's very fun.
Right, and I can actually learn to play golf well. And I also want a PS5 and I can just sit there and play video games. If
Laura,
I'm stuck in there, fine. Just let me play.
Laura, what do you want inside your zoo enclosure?
This is tough.
I'll give you 2 things. You can take 2 things. What do you want?
Definitely a big screen TV.
Okay.
With, like,
Okay,
the
that's good.
any subscription I want, so I can see that. And probably like a elliptical.
An elliptical?
Yeah.
Wow.
You'd get tired of that so fast.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
you'd be
I don't
done.
want to
You'd
do
be
this
like
anymore.
Greg has one he'll give you.
Well, the thing is, like, I'm not trying to get fat, so fatter, So
I
like,
get
need
I get
something.
stuck in my home a lot. I still don't go on that thing.
Stop using it as a rat coat,
It's just getting dirt. There's no no clothes. on
Okay,
it.
producer Brian, how about you? 2 things.
First thing probably be a basketball hoop and a basketball. Let the people
Good call.
watch the
Good.
game.
Good idea.
Good.
And then
That's a good one.
probably like a hot tub.
Hot
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
right.
that hot tub. God, there's so many things to choose from here. I am going to take 2 of my 3 dogs.
Wait a minute. What happens to the third one?
Sophie's 17. I can't squeeze her into the enclosure. I can only have 2 things. I'll take Veronica and Ron, and then Sophie can stay with Juan.
Okay.
You're not taking Juan?
Juan, wait a minute.
Oh, great! No,
So Juan is also in an enclosure someplace.
yeah. Oh, that's right. No, I
You
want.
chose the dogs over one.
Well, yeah,
That's
no.
not surprising. Mason loves dogs.
I do love dogs. I do love dogs. All right, there you have it. There's your wheel of questions.
All right. I want to share a text exchange that happened last night
Okay.
during the game.
With who?
Michael and Laura.
Yep.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Laura,
Those
what?
Wait, what?
All right. So
Oh, I know where this is going.
the Lakers almost blew that game. They were up by 20 at the start of the 4th quarter, and then Wembanyama flipped the switch and almost brought them all the way back. They cut the lead to 1 with 10 seconds to go, and then Anthony Davis made a couple of free throws, and the Lakers saved it, and they won the game. And so we were talking after the game about what's your takeaway from that? Like, is it – and Michael said, look, there's 2 things that are never ugly: wins and babies.
I
All
heard
right?
that.
Laura's response to that, Laura was producing.
By the way, I think I agree with Laura, but go ahead.
Right. Ugly babies are all around. And
Just say.
And Michael says, "Aw, come on," and Laura says, "It's true." So my question to the 3 of you is: Laura right?
Well, I mean, I would never say it to a particular baby.
Yeah, me
The
neither.
baby doesn't. You can say whatever
Their
you want to the
feelings are
baby. They don't
easily
hear anything.
hurt.
Babies don't know.
So
Don't say it to the parents.
behind their little backs, I will say,
Yes.
boy, that
Behind their little
was an
backs.
ugly baby. Behind their little backs.
John, I think you know what the right answer is.
You do know.
You always say breathtaking.
Breathtaking. Exactly. I said, Andy Kamenetsky was filling in for Beto, and I said, Andy, all babies are breathtaking.
Breathtaking. Yeah, that is a Seinfeld
So you know what
reference.
that's from, right?
No, I don't even know.
There's an ugly baby on Seinfeld. Kramer has no filter.
Yes.
So he goes, "But God, that baby's ugly." And Elaine's dating some guy, and she goes, "What do you think of the baby?" And he goes, "It's breathtaking," which is code for it's ugly.
That's very funny.
Every baby is breathtaking.
Yeah. Okay, I wanted to do this this thing right here.
Can I do something real quick?
Oh, yeah,
I just
sure.
saw. I kind of hesitate to even mention it because it's from John Heyman, but it's about the Dodgers, so I figured something to talk about.
Okay, so John Heyman, often incorrect.
Very often incorrect. Reports that Tyler Glasnow will almost definitely be traded, and there's a decent chance it's to the Dodgers. But he says the Dodgers aren't enthused with Manny Margot and much more interested in Randy Arozarena. He's not sure if Margot will be involved at all.
Okay. All right, now, if they get Arozarena and Glasnow.
And Yamamoto.
And
Cease.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, the thing with the Rays is that yesterday, it's probably a day and a half ago now, Arozarena's last Instagram post is him with Shohei Ohtani from the World Baseball Classic.
He's trolling all of us.
You think he's... Well, no, John Heyman's picked up on
it. John Heyman.
If they get Arozarena and Tyler Glasnow...
It'd be incredible. And Yamamoto...
Glasnow has injury issues, right?
He does. He started, I think, 22 games last year, but that's a high for him.
So... He is in his career. He has an 8-year career. He has only pitched over 100 innings twice. One of those was last year. It was 120.
That's a red flag for me. But maybe if you're going to get Arozarena, they put Glasnow in the deal so they can get more in return.
Yes, agree.
This is how the Dodgers were able to get Trey Turner. Remember when they wanted to trade for Scherzer, and Scherzer was only. He had an opt-out after the season in which the Dodgers traded for him, and they didn't want to give up. They were giving up a catcher that they really liked,
right?
And they said, "Look, we don't want to give up the catcher if it's just a rental for Max Scherzer for 3 months." And the Nationals said, "Well, what if we put Trey Turner in the deal?"
Yep,
and that's how they got him. So if you take Glasnow and you get Arozarena, then you do it.
So Glasnow is a number one starter. When he's healthy, he's a number one starter, and that's
but what's the number one thing you say about the Dodgers starters now? They're all hurt.
Yeah, and he's another guy that gets hurt. So this is.
By the way,
here's the thing. This is what Friedman
coming back.
From what he said yesterday, it sounds like he's 50-50.
It sounds like he's going to come back, but it's not going to be this year.
I took it to be he could be pitching next August.
Me too.
That'd be great if he did, but he said he wants to get back, that he didn't like the way that it ended. He doesn't want to leave on that kind of thing, and he wants to get out pitching again. I just don't know if he comes back. If he does, and he comes back at the beginning of September, great.
Right. In other words, you generally get 21 to 25 starts from Clayton Kershaw. I'd rather have him at the end of the year than at the beginning of the year, which is what we had last year. He had an all-star season leading to the all-star break, then got hurt and did the Kershaw thing and flopped in the playoffs. I just think get him when he's fresh. If he comes back in August, that's a nice run into the playoffs.
Isn't that what Schilling did? Schilling would come into the middle of the summer.
I think he did that once, yeah.
Yeah, do that. That's perfectly fine. If you're healthy, I mean, he's getting an arm surgery, so that doesn't mean that he's going to be back anytime soon, especially at his age and how he's been. But I like the fact that this is a number one starter that they're going to try to go at, but I really like Ryan Pepiot too, and if Pepiot is in that deal, that's a long-term Pepiot's a long-term solution. Glasnow is a short-term solution. And you're doing that for Ohtani, which I understand, but Glasnow is done at the end of this year. He's a free agent. This is a rental.
Right. It's a rental.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they won't sign him.
No.
And this is sort of classic Friedman. Friedman does bring in pitchers who are broken. He fixes guys.
Sometimes.
Yeah, no, they've been very successful over the years at fixing guys.
Like Brandon McCarthy, who, John, you were saying about his contract, that didn't work.
No.
Brett Anderson didn't work.
Yeah.
Dodger pitchers.
But sometimes there were Alex Wood. They got some good mileage out of Alex Wood.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I still think the Yamamoto thing is the most intriguing thing.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, that's just fascinating. All right, coming up next, we're going to do 2 o'clock call of the day, John. Now, 2 o'clock call of the day.
How's it been since I've been off for a few days?
We don't do it on combo plate days.
No.
Okay.
So this is the first time in a week that we've done 2 o'clock call of the day. Bergman is very, very enthused about it.
Always.
Oh, boy.
It is my favorite thing we do.
Producer Brian looks very excited. Hey, it's 2 o'clock call of the day. All right, 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. Maybe it's about the Lakers almost letting that game slip away last night in San Antonio. Or maybe it's about Shohei Ohtani and his demand that he becomes a free agent if Andrew Friedman or Mark Walter leave the organization or sell the team. That kind of stuff is fascinating to me. 877-710-ESPN. We'll get to all of it coming up. It is a full Mason and Ireland show with both Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
The 12 days weekdays of 7:10. Hi, this is Michelle Smallman, host of the new ESPN radio morning show Unsportsmanlike. Heard weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on 710. It's that time of year, time for the season of winning on 710. Just listen for me to give you the cue to call. When you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you get to pick a holiday gift box in the 710 studio. Will it be the Travis box, the Sliwa box, Mason, Ireland, the Sedano box, or Cappy? Each box could have a fabulous prize for you to win.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the number one most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The number one most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
So yesterday was Blades of Glory. No one died. It's great news. Everybody stayed on their feet for the most part. Kaplan, complete ringer. We were comparing him to Michelle Kwan. And so I was looking up. I'm like, what's Michelle Kwan doing now? She is the U.S. ambassador to Belize. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I met her once at a Laker game. She could not have been nicer.
She is really nice. I interviewed her at the Olympics. She actually, if I'm not mistaken, she never won the gold medal. She lost once to Tara Lipinski.
And she won a bunch of world championships.
Yes.
But yeah, never was able to
But the U.S. ambassador to Belize, which seems like a really important job.
Why Belize? Like, does she have some kind of connection to Belize? Like, do you have to have a connection?
She knows the Belizeans well.
Sure. But if, like, to become an ambassador, do you need to know that country?
I don't know, John. What do you think? Do you need to know? Does she know Belize in order to be the Belize ambassador?
Ambassadorships are something that that people get because
it's like honorary,
right? They know they either supported a candidate that is doing the appointment, or it's normally a favor you do for somebody. Like the Dan Rooney was one of the owners of the Steelers.
Wasn't he the Ireland ambassador?
Yeah, he was the ambassador to Ireland because he gave money to, I can't remember if it was Clinton or Obama.
One of those guys.
So do you do anything? Do you go to Belize?
I think if there's an incident there,
you're in charge?
You're in charge. Now, Belize doesn't have any, it's a really calm, mellow place, so I don't think there's going to be an incident that Michelle Kwan has to
Well,
step
did Dan
into.
Rooney in Ireland, I'm sure there's issues in Ireland. Things happen.
I think Rooney nailed it. Nailed it as the Irish ambassador.
It's very strange.
All right, 2 o'clock call of the day. Wow, look at this. Let's try Billy in Burbank. Hey, Billy, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I just want to say hi. Grateful that you are safe and you're walking. Unfortunately, John was wrong. He survived. And I want to say that the combo plate yesterday was probably the best combo plate ever.
Wow. Well, that's nice to hear.
Why was it the best ever?
Oh, man, like the intro. Everyone was singing together for the 1 o'clock intro and then the 2 o'clock intro. Everyone was doing the Captain Sedano. Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, no, it's really cool because Sedano and Cap did good afternoon and growled, and then we did let's go to Eddie in Marina Del Rey. Hey, Eddie, you're on 710. Good afternoon.
Yeah, great show. Listen, I've been born in Brooklyn. I'm a Dodger fan since the 40s and 50s. Can you answer something on the contract? I'm a little bit upset on certain things, John. Maybe you can help me out. The 1% limit on charity, the premium suite, not just the suite, but he gets a premium suite. He gets a box with who knows how many people at Dodger Stadium and also on the road. I mean, Kershaw doesn't even get half of what Ohtani's going to get. And I'm glad he's here, believe me, just like you guys. But what do you think the other players think of these things that, to me, was out of the boundary?
Well, here's the bottom line, and I'm just going to give you the honest truth. None of the other players are Ohtani. I'll compare it to LeBron. LeBron gets perks with the Lakers that no other player gets, and he should. He absolutely should, because he's the difference between winning titles and not winning titles. Ohtani is so unique and is so good at base. He's the best baseball player I've ever seen, that he could pretty much ask for anything, Mace, and I think it would be considered.
Yes.
And proof of that is the Mark Walter, Andrew Friedman clause in his deal. I never thought any player in any sport could say, hey, if the owner or the GM moves on, I get to opt out of my deal, and the team would give it to him.
But
they gave it to him because he is so unique.
Yeah.
And other players have been given suites and boxes and planes.
Yeah, it's not that I mean, remember Kevin Brown used to get a charter flight to Atlanta, I think, at some point. He got to fly home 10 times
I'm not
a
a
year
system
or something
player.
like that.
I am a system.
All right, that was me. I hit a button automatically there.
I'm not a system player. I am a system.
Well, I mean, Ohtani probably is a system.
He probably is a system. It's fair. Let's get one more in here. Let's do the 205 call today. It's Brian in Oxnard. Brian, you're on 710. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, fellas. So just going off of the sports topic, shall I say?
Yeah.
We're getting close to the holidays, and I was watching a holiday movie with my family, and we started having a debate of what are the top 5. Let's go top 5. Top 5 all-time Christmas movies for the holidays. What say you guys?
We did this. We did this about a week ago.
What do you like? What are yours?
For me, I definitely go with The Grinch, number 1.
Grinch.
I have Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase.
That's
up there,
a classic.
One or two. Elf, Polar Express, and then maybe Nightmare Before Christmas, probably with Tim Burton.
That's a classic.
Mine's easy. Love Actually 1. The Holiday 2. I don't know if I would put Miracle on would you put Miracle on 34th Street in your top 5, Mace?
I like the most recent version, which I think was the 90s. There's one from the 40s and there's one from the 90s. I like the 90s version.
Yeah, I like that movie. It's a Wonderful Life is on my list. Elf is on my list, and that's 5 right there.
Yeah, I think my 5 would be Love Actually, It's a Wonderful Life, Elf. I am actually, because I watched it for a second time, so I think it's going to be a tradition, Spirited, and Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, those are all good.
Yeah, all good.
Or you could do what I do and just leave Hallmark on all the time for a month.
Oh, God. Now, Laura watches Hallmark nonstop.
I am a person that watches Hallmark, Lifetime, the cheesy, any like dumb movies from like Peacock or like any of those channels. I'm all for.
I always wondered who watched that stuff.
I love it. Don't judge me.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the Hallmark stuff I can't do. Everybody's mom watches Hallmark. Here's who watches Hallmark. Everybody's mom and John.
And Michael.
I'm not a mom.
No, so you're into it.
I love it. I was doing that while I was wrapping presents last night.
I know.
Right.
You know what I don't like,
Laura,
John?
I'm going to send you something funny.
Okay.
And I want you and Brian and Greg to decide whether or not we should play it. It's about Hallmark movies, okay?
Okay.
Does it curse?
No.
There's no cursing?
Then I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Okay. I just don't know if it's interesting enough.
Well, then let's not do it if it's not.
If you don't that it
to me, but I don't know. I'm going to let Laura decide. I don't know. It's this girl talking about what happens in every Hallmark movie.
Oh, I saw this.
And she just nails it.
Yeah, I saw it on my Instagram, and I was like, I feel attacked.
I thought it was great.
No, it's funny, but in a funny way. You know what I mean?
Okay, we'll play it coming up.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Hey, by the way, did you guys play that AI thing about Ohtani's contract?
Oh, yeah. No, we didn't play it yet.
AI is scary. Let me just say
Wolf of Wall Street thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody,
so good.
somebody took a clip from Wolf of Wall Street and made it about Ohtani's contract, and they used AI, and it sounds exactly like DiCaprio. I mean, Mace.
They did an unbelievable job.
But it just goes to show you, that may be the scandal that ends us, is somebody... You and I saying stuff that we absolutely never said.
Yeah, yeah. Well, here is that clip. Again, think about the movie Wolf of Wall Street.
And this is a little bit long. It runs a couple minutes, right?
Leo, I think just a minute. Leo plays Jordan Belfort, and they basically take the narration that goes with the movie and they turn it into a conversation about Ohtani's contract. Here it is.
The Ohtani deal was beautiful. He signed a 10-year contract for $700 million. On paper. We got him to defer $680 million until the contract is over. This way we'd only be on the books for $2 million a year. Then we told him, with our contacts in this market, he'd make more than his deferred salary in endorsements alone. Meanwhile, we'd have $68 million free to sign more players. And when it comes time to pay Ohtani the rest of his contract in 2034, sell the team. Major League Baseball sent 2 lawyers down to review our files. So I set them up in our conference room and I had it bugged. And the air conditioner turned up so high that it felt like Antarctica.
Look, I know you're not following what I'm saying anyway, right? That's okay, that doesn't matter. The real question is this: was all this legal? Absolutely not.
How good is that?
So the end of it is like
That's
real
Leo.
DiCaprio.
Yeah, that was Leo for sure.
From the movie, and then the rest of it was complete. Yeah, AI is going to be...
It's just scary.
Yeah, AI is going to be scary. We're all getting replaced at some point. Manager of audio operations will be AI.
Oh, I think I already am.
Yeah.
With the way things are
you
going.
really there? Are you off golfing somewhere?
Yeah.
This is just
I did originally work for SI, so...
Yeah, there you go. That says it all.
Did you see that everybody at SI got fired over that?
They should have.
Oh, they should have. I can never trust SI again.
The top 4 people in the company, all out.
Good.
It was probably their idea.
Yeah.
They should be. Do you not?
We should tell people what we're talking about. AI or Sports Illustrated used fake writers, like created them with artificial intelligence and put bylines on stories, and these people were not real. It was just a computer writing stories. And it got leaked, and it came out, and now everybody's fired.
So here's the thing. Can you, and this will be my answer, can you ever trust SI again? I actually think less of SI.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's less solid a source. I don't trust everything that comes across from SI, and that wasn't the case before all this went down. They destroyed their credibility with this.
Right. Well, it's like who was JP? Somebody that
JP.
Said it was.
Yeah.
Said Ohtani Toronto was done.
Yep.
And so now that's got to follow him for on anything he writes forever.
Yep.
And the company that he was writing for,
Sure.
which is Dodger Blog.
Yeah.
Right. So you got to be careful.
Yeah. When people get stuff wrong, you remember.
Yep.
John Heyman.
I can't believe anything he puts out there.
And the one exception to this is I'm still going to trust John Morosi. He got one thing wrong where he apologized profusely. He said that Ohtani was on that plane going to Toronto, and as it turns out, it was not. He later
it was the
corrected
guy from
it.
Shark Tank.
Right, exactly.
But he also said in that same post that no deal is done, nothing is over. Like, he was just saying that he was on. So he did get that little instance wrong, but he didn't get it totally wrong that he said he's going to be a Blue Jay or anything like that.
No, he didn't do that. He just said he was on his way to Toronto and then apologized. So, yeah.
I believe him still.
Heyman, no. Hoonstra, no.
Dodgers Nation, no.
Dodgers Nation, no. Who's the other one? Carissa Thompson, no.
Well, that's a whole nother. She's not a silent reporter anymore.
We're doing no's. All right, coming up next for you. I think the city of New Orleans has got the best food in America, but apparently one professional athlete cannot seem to push himself away from the table. That is coming up next for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
The 12 Days of 710. Hi, this is Michelle Smallman, host of the new ESPN radio morning show Unsportsmanlike. Heard weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on 710. It's that time of year, time for the season of winning on 710. Just listen for me to give you the cue to call. When you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you get to pick a holiday gift box in the 710 studio. Will it be the Travis box, the Sliwa box, Mason, Ireland, the Sedano box, or Cappy? Each box could have a fabulous prize for you to win.
Days of 710.
And you get to pick a holiday gift box in the 710 studio. Will it be the Travis box, the Sliwa box, Mason, Ireland, Sedano box, or Cappy?
Pick a holiday box in the 710 studio.
All right, here we go. Caller number 7 is Harold McDaniel in Harbor City. Harold, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, Harold, you got a choice to make here. You got 6 boxes: the Travis box, the Sliwa box, the Mason box, the Ireland box, the Sedano box, or the Kaplan box. Which box do you want?
Let's go with the Mason box.
The Mason box.
The Mason box.
Here we go. Let's see what's inside the box. Congratulations, you win a Sierra Subaru prize pack. And, of course, a gift card from our friends at Islands. And that's what's in the box, Jack.
All right, awesome, Harold. Congratulations, man. You'll enjoy that. Let me just ask you one question.
so much.
What station takes care of you during the season of winning?
Number 1, ESPN LA.
The 12 days of 710.
The 12 days of 710. It's the season of winning on 710.
Did you hear when I said I'm getting the hang of it?
You did. You are getting the hang of it, thankfully, and you only have 3 more
you
days.
You ruined it by saying I'm getting the hang of it.
Exactly. I still screwed it up.
Over the close.
Well, I think that's I listen to the station a lot. I think that's the first time anybody has chosen the Mason box, which kind of hurts my feelings.
Is it really?
Yeah. I think that's the first person to take the Mason box.
Nah.
Yeah, I think that's the first person to take the Mason box.
You know what?
I'll take the Ireland
It's
box.
always the Ireland box on the show.
Ireland box.
Or
Because
it
they
was
think they're going to
Sedano
get Laker
yesterday.
tickets. I will offer you, for anyone listening, if you take the Ireland box, it does not automatically mean you're getting Laker tickets.
Oh, yeah.
I think they think that, but the Laker tickets could be in anybody's box.
Yeah, anybody's box, exactly. All right, so John, you found this. This has been going around for a while. Zion Williamson he's a healthy eater.
Yes, he is.
And
boy.
he lives in New Orleans, where I think that is
Best food in the country.
Best food in the world is New Orleans food. So Zion apparently cannot control himself. Stephen A. Smith actually has this insight to the Zion story.
It is shameful. You got chefs in New Orleans. I'm not exaggerating. I'm quoting people. You got chefs in New Orleans who love him. They're looking for him. Every chef there wants to meet him because they know he'll show up to their restaurant. The word out on Zion Williamson is that he'll eat the table. I'm quoting. He'll eat the table. What in the hell is going on with Zion Williamson?
He will eat the table.
That's not good.
By the way, I don't believe Stephen A. Smith actually has maitre d's as sources in New Orleans. Do you?
I think he probably does, yeah.
You don't think that's that may be an exaggeration?
No.
He's talking to multiple...
I've been out with Stephen A. before.
Multiple chefs.
He knows everybody.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Brad Turner's cousin, Ave, used to be the maitre d' at NOLA, which was Emeril Lagasse's restaurant.
Yeah, sure.
And he took great care of us there. And you're right, man. The food in New Orleans is ridiculous. If
so
I
good.
lived there, I would be 30 pounds heavier. So I know what Zion is up against. But, man, if I had a $190 million contract like he did, I would have a personal chef, and I would not set foot in one of those restaurants just because it's my career.
Now, is he fat right now? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
Is he fat?
I did his game. I did his game in Vegas.
I should say, is he body positive right now?
Yeah,
Please.
he's a big boy.
Yeah.
And he played his worst game of the year. AD kind of ate him up, but he came back the very next game and played great. So he's got it in him. I mean,
You're not allowed, but you're not allowed to say somebody's fat anymore. That's
No.
like off limits.
Well, nobody wants to hear they're fat.
Right.
He's hefty.
No,
Yeah.
but why can't you say someone's fat?
Because it's not body positive.
You can call yourself
Oh,
fat,
it's-
but
it's-
someone can't call you fat.
Right.
It's bordering on too offensive.
Yeah, fatness. It's not.
But what if you are fat? Like there are times when I'm fat.
Yeah, there
when
are
I'm
not.
overweight.
I've never seen you fat, John Ireland.
The most I've ever weighed was it freaked me out.
Okay.
I got to 197.
Oh
No, really?
Come on.
197
And I
on you is actually significant.
Right. I lost 17 pounds in 18 days. That's when I went on that MetaFast diet.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I haven't gone north of 190.
Okay, if you're only the highest you've been is 197, you are not fat. There's no fat in your
Yeah, no,
body.
that's true.
You are just you're a little bit bigger than what you like.
Yeah,
but
I
you are
had a
not
gut.
fat.
But I got rid of the gut.
Now, but here's the difference. I was 217 during the pandemic.
That was my high too.
You look like fat bastard.
And I
think I said that to you on multiple occasions. I can no longer say that. It's not politically correct, apparently.
No, it's you can't. I don't take offense. So you can
you're
say,
friends. You can say whatever you
can
want
say
to
whatever.
each other.
Your friends can be fat.
But
Just-
no, we can't call
just don't call
Zion
random people
fat.
Say he's.
If Tommy Lamb is walking down the
Tommy
the
Lamb,
studio
our
here,
sales manager.
yeah. If you call him fat, he's not. If you call
Right,
him fat,
he's
you
skinny.
can't do that. Like you are close, you know him, but you not like close friends that are talking to each other all the time every day. You can't call him fat. You can call Mason fat. You can call me fat, but you can't call someone else fat.
Right, exactly. You
All
just
right,
got to
good
be
to
careful with this. All right, so John, We're doing Fifth Row Fridays this week. And this is the last
best thing we do, by the way.
Last Fifth Row Friday of the year. There's a question from each show this week. And remember, the shows are all scrambled and all over the place and combo plates and all that. There's still a question between 1 and 4 every single day that will be on the quiz Friday at 2:30. So you got to pay attention to absolutely everything. And by the way, it is sponsored by BBGO, your official Lakers game day snack. And Laura came across this story about BBGO. So Costco just brought back.
I like how you said it. Costco.
Costco. I've never been to Costco.
Or Costco.
Seriously? You've never been to Costco?
Never been to Costco. I'm not
You're
a member.
lying.
You're not a member to Costco.
It's great.
Doesn't matter.
You have to join.
It will change your life.
You need like 3 references to get into Costco, don't you?
It's the greatest, though.
Pretty much.
How have you never
You
stepped
cannot
foot
go
in
to
a
Costco. Mace, I would bet large amounts of money on this. You cannot go to Costco and buy just one thing. It's almost impossible.
It's like Target. You go in there thinking you want one thing, you end up with $200.
You end up with a whole basket full of crap.
So here's the big news. Costco, or Costco.
Costco.
Just brought back a fan favorite. Frozen dumplings. People are buying them 10 bags at a time. It is the BBGO beef bulgogi mandu dumplings. They're extra large dumplings with Korean-style bulgogi flavor and sold in a 3-pound bag for around $16. People are buying them 10 at a time.
I don't blame them.
That stuff is good.
Yeah, I do not blame them. Bergman and I were at Bergman, I'm trying to remember where that was. We were at a live event and the BBGO truck was there.
Yeah, it was the
we were in Koreatown,
the mural.
right?
Yeah, the mural.
The mural, that's right. I wasn't here that day.
Man, we could not get enough of that stuff. I think we had 7 portions each.
Carlo, can we get another one?
Yeah, they just kept bringing them, and even Michael, who normally doesn't eat, was eating BBGO the whole show.
Yeah, by the way, I was surprised by that.
I brought so much home, Mace.
Did you?
And I ate it all week. It was amazing.
So good.
Sliwa told me that Michael only eats chips until he gets home at night.
True.
That's a lie. I don't.
No, it's true. Because he doesn't, and I've actually now taken a page from his book. I've kind of copied, because this is a little inside, but how can I phrase this so it's not gross? We don't have time to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it during a game. There isn't.
Right, there's a brief halftime.
Not even halftime because the lines are too long.
Right.
So you have to eat strategically, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that includes don't eat any full meals until after the game.
See, there's always food at the station. I don't ever partake in food at the station.
Well, same
I work
philosophy,
best on an
though.
empty
You and I don't have time to go to the bathroom during Mason and Ireland.
Oh yeah, no, it's tight.
So
it's
you
tight.
gotta eat and drink strategically.
He was eating during the broadcast for a while, wasn't he?
Michael?
Yeah.
Well, doesn't he eat chips?
Yeah.
That was like pretzels and that kind of thing.
Yeah, he does eat chips. All right, coming up next for you, the college football fan who's trying to help with his team's recruiting, plus that Hallmark thing that John talked about. If you're a Hallmark movie fan, we'll do that coming up too. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, we were just talking about BBGO. You know BBGO. You see their name on the Laker jerseys for every single game. But BBGO is the official game day snack of the Lakers. I keep my freezer stocked with BBGO during the winter because it's so versatile. You can use them in a stir fry, put them in a soup, just eat them whenever you want a warm snack. They're perfect to have on hand when you don't feel like going out, but you feel like something warm, delicious, and easy. BBGO knows food brings people together, just like the purple and gold. It's available in the freezer section of your favorite supermarket. Do yourself a favor. Try BBGO today.
Fifth row tickets.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets? Yes. We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better. Yeah. Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game for free.
The number one most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The number one most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, here we go. It is a big Thursday.
You didn't know what day it was, did you?
I had to think about it long and hard. It gets very confusing because I'm working with Cappy, then I'm working with Stano, then I'm working with Momo, then I'm working with Annie, then I'm working with...
So John, you just mentioned how we can't go to the bathroom during breaks because we can't go anywhere. As soon as you said that, Mace got up and went to the bathroom.
It's almost like you said it, and I thought, oh, I do.
I put it in your head. Yeah, if you run, you can make it.
Exactly, you can do it.
And you don't get blocked at the bathroom.
You don't get Lydia.
Yes.
The cleaning lady is named Lydia, and she always hangs a sign that says "closed for cleaning."
And you're like, oh,
I ran all the way over here.
Yeah,
that's not right.
So there's this guy named Dylan Raiola, who is the top-ranked quarterback in the college football recruiting class of 2024. And he's going to flip his commitment from Georgia to Nebraska. If he dies,
he dies?
If he dies, he dies. Exactly.
I'm going to see Stu Lance later. He'll be proud Nebraska alum. He'll be very happy about that.
Now, there is still time for things to change again. So Dylan Raiola is expected to visit Lincoln Saturday. But one desperate Bulldogs fan who goes by the nickname Laguna Dog concocted a wild plan to prevent Raiola from changing his decision. It involves the airlines. It's being reported that Raiola will visit on Friday. He's flying on Delta, and the alum says if some loyal Georgia pilots or flight attendants call in sick at the last minute, the flight would be canceled and they would keep Raiola in Georgia. Now, I don't think it's going to work, but
the DeAndre Jordan dilemma all over again.
But congratulations to the Laguna Dog for at least trying to find a way to help out his school.
I love that whole DeAndre Jordan thing, too, where they just put a chair on the door like, you're not leaving this house. It worked.
Yeah, it absolutely
And maybe
did.
this will work.
Maybe.
Could.
We're waiting to find out who USC's quarterback is going to be.
What's his name, like Miller Moby or something like
that? There's a name that's floating around. The Kansas State kid, Will Howard, is the one that I've heard in association with the Trojans. He's one of 3 quarterbacks on this list.
Yeah, the Oklahoma quarterback is going to Oregon.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
really? Because I saw that Dante Moore was close to going to Oregon.
I heard Dante Moore was going to go to Michigan.
I did too.
Well, he's from there, and then I saw a report that he was like top of the list for Oregon.
Oh,
no,
okay.
They took the Oklahoma quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably a better one.
It's
Dante
so crazy. Moore. It really is just quarterback free agency every year. Notre Dame got the Duke kid. USC, maybe they get the Kansas State kid. The Oklahoma kid goes to Oregon. Dante Moore goes Michigan or wherever. All of a sudden, you've got it's like deck chairs.
Is this good for college football?
That is a complicated question.
I mean, just the quarterbacks. Forget all the other people that are always constantly moving around. A different quarterback in a different place every single year.
What do you think?
Is it just like pro, is it like pro then?
Yeah, it is. I'm not against the players making money.
Me either.
So I think it is a good thing.
But
for
don't you?
football.
I think it's good for players. I don't think it's necessarily good for programs.
Or fans.
Or fans, right, because you don't get a chance to watch a guy develop over a period of time, which is part of the joy of college football. It's like, oh, look, Matt Barkley turned into this guy.
Right, but okay, take Caleb Williams for an example.
Yes.
He plays his freshman year at Oklahoma.
Yep.
Then he comes to USC, and then we got to watch him for 2 years at USC, and he was great. So good for him. And by the way, Jalen Hurts. Got beat out at Alabama, went to Oklahoma, and
Joe
now
Burrow.
he's one of the best quarterbacks in the Joe Burrow. Yeah, this kid that just won the Heisman at LSU was at Arizona State, Jaden Daniels.
Well, Jaden Daniels is a little bit different because he was the starting quarterback, but some of those other guys that you're mentioning were beat out by other guys, so leaving made sense. When you leave when you're the starter at a big-time program to go to another big-time program, isn't that
Well, you know what
odd?
that's about, Greg, don't you?
It's money. It's about money.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, to get a good quarterback, it's like $2 million now.
If we die, we die.
That's Matt Rule.
Nebraska's paying.
Nebraska's going to pay this kid from Georgia.
Yeah. I don't know.
The way the game is now.
That's because it is a pro sport now. College football
Yes.
is a
And
pro
by the way,
sport, and we have to
good.
accept it.
And good.
Sure.
Guys should be making money for this. So, Ireland, you set this up. We've got this clip of this woman in the Hallmark
Michael Thompson and I both watch hours and hours.
Yes.
Of Hallmark Christmas movies. Basically, at the start of November, Hallmark just runs Christmas movies 24/7. They get rid of all their other programming, and they run nothing but Christmas movies. And after you've seen a few of these, you realize that there's a theme to a lot of these things that probably doesn't make sense. And this is a girl on Instagram that came to that conclusion after watching several Hallmark movies and then posted this.
A restaurant in this town? Just a bunch of bakeries on the verge of being shut down? Okay. So all the hottest guys in town have wives who died. Has anybody looked into that? There's a life or death Christmas cookie competition. Do you kill the losers? What's this? An engagement ring? Dude, I met you like 14 minutes ago. Oh, could you point me toward the local inn? Oh, the hot handyman is still renovating it? Okay. More mistletoe. God, does everyone just make out with strangers here? Hey, where did my car go? I parked right here. I have to stay in this town until Christmas Day. Okay, did you guys steal my car?
I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, I don't. Explain.
Okay, all of those things are true. Number one, in the beginning of all Hallmark movies, there is some type of crisis. Like the girl breaks up with her boyfriend because he doesn't pay enough attention to her, or he dies, or something happens that her life seems perfect, and then it all goes crumbling down. And then she'll go back to her hometown to get over it, and there will be a handyman even better looking than the boyfriend that broke up with her, who is always renovating something, and the girl just happens to show up where that is. And then she can't leave because her car breaks down, and they can never get the car fixed until Christmas Day. The car, like no mechanic apparently works from like December 17th through the 24th. So you have to suspend belief to watch Hallmark movies because all those things happen. Laura, a few other things that I think you may have noticed. You notice that the mayor, the police chief, or any figure of authority is always a minority.
Yes.
It's either a woman, Hispanic, African-American. There's never, like, Hallmark has like a boilerplate that they have to do that. And number two, the best friend, because there's always a best friend, can never be better looking than the lead.
Right.
Well, it's the lead.
It's true.
That's
the
in
lead,
everything.
The lead has to be the best looking girl in the movie. And if she can't have a hot friend, all the friends have to be less attractive than her.
That's true. They don't
then
always nail it, but yes.
But why would we watch the movie if the friend was the good-looking one and the one that was?
Yeah. By the way, why would we watch the movie if we know how it already turns
Because
out?
it's cheesy and,
what a
and we
pointless
just do
exercise this is. You know they're going to wind up together. The bakery closed and he left town, and they used to not get along, and now they meet cute again, and then they're married.
No, I've seen this plot at least 5 times.
Yeah.
The bakery closes because some real estate developer
Mm-hmm.
is coming into town to level it and create a super mall. And then the guy
Or the inn.
Yeah, the guy who's in charge of leveling the bakery or leveling the inn gets a crisis of conscience and falls for the girl that owns the bakery or owns the inn, and then he decides against knocking it down, and they live happily ever after. And like that girl made reference to, she'll get
Where's
an
my car?
engagement ring. No, she'll get an engagement ring after she's known the guy for 15 minutes.
Yeah, they fall in love very quickly in these movies.
Oh, that's
Days.
By the way,
Days.
no sex.
None.
In Hallmark movies.
Oh, really? None?
Yeah, there's never sex.
They never get down?
But that's going to be.
You never go past first base.
Which is the one that your girl's going to be in?
Jana Kramer, that's a Lifetime movie. Lifetime is breaking the rules.
Yeah.
But Hallmark has yet to go there.
What do you mean Lifetime is breaking the rules? How?
Jana Kramer's in
Jana
a
Kramer's
sex
having
scene.
sex in a Christmas movie.
DTF.
And she's so good looking.
Downtown Frozen?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's so good looking that a lot of people will watch that movie just because of her.
Okay.
But like, how far do they actually go? Like, you just
Never past first base on Hallmark.
No. On
What about on Lifetime?
For Jana Kramer,
Oh,
like
well,
their sheets
Mace,
are over them.
Lifetime dabbles. They go into this like the nanny sleeps with the husband, and it's a big scandal.
Right.
But that doesn't happen on Hallmark. If you want G-rated movies, stick with Hallmark. If you want to get a little racier, go to Lifetime.
So PG, but it's not like PG-13.
And they have this new network called Great American Family that is just super cheesy. It's like Hallmark on steroids.
That's the one that was made by Buray's wife.
Yeah, Candace Cameron.
Yeah,
From Full House.
because she didn't like the other stuff.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so there's your primer.
Hallmark. There's your Hallmark primer if you want to watch Hallmark movies. What's today? Today's the 14th. You got 11 more days of nothing but Christmas movies on Hallmark.
Beautiful.
So
Get
on my
booze, too.
on my smart TV, do I just have to download the Hallmark channel?
Yeah,
Like,
they have an app, and you can watch them 24/7.
do you have to pay for it? Is it
Or you can just watch like the regular Hallmark channel, which is on most cable systems.
I tell you, I
have
cannot tell
cable.
you how low the odds are that I am ever going to look at 1 second of a Hallmark movie.
You
And
should
by the
do
way,
it.
you've done nothing to sell it up here. Like
It's
There's
just
nothing
good.
on.
It's
There's
just
nothing to watch right now.
predictable. Yeah, there's good stuff
What?
on.
Outside of the sports that we all watch because
Right.
we love
I mean,
it.
tonight there's a
But-
game.
Yeah.
What are you going to watch tonight?
I'm going to watch the football game, and then I'm going to watch
You're going to watch
episode.
the Raiders and the Chargers.
You're not
with two
watching
I'm going to
backup
watch
quarterbacks.
episode 2 of Murder at the End of the World, which is a new miniseries.
Okay, so you're
on-
not going to watch Raiders Chargers.
I am going to watch it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to watch.
First
It's
segment.
over early. Then I'm going to watch Murder at the End of the World.
First
Don't give me that.
No,
don't
no,
give me
no.
that
First
look.
segment. I don't think you're going to watch it because I'm not going to watch it. First segment. First segment tomorrow.
Okay.
I want a full breakdown of Raiders Chargers.
Just the first quarter.
Oh, I'm good. Greg, I'm going to
not
watch
just
it.
the first quarter.
Matter of fact, because Amazon has taken over Thursday Night Football.
Yep.
It has. I think I've told you guys about this. It has led me to my new life on the road. I travel with an Amazon Fire Stick, so I
Right,
can
right.
watch the football games. But what it does is it gives me every streaming service and the DirecTV app, so I get all the stuff I get at home. I get on the road.
That's fantastic.
Like right now, I'm watching the MLB Network on the Fire Stick because I'm waiting for the Ohtani press conference to start, and I wouldn't be able to do that. Like this hotel doesn't have the MLB Network,
Right, exactly.
But now I get it all just because of the Fire Stick.
By the way, the introductory press conference is coming up, and we will we'll carry that.
And he has arrived. I'm looking at pictures of him arriving at Dodger Stadium.
We've got 2 fearless reporters there, Parker and Cody. They texted Greg and said, "What should we ask if we get into a scrum?"
Yes.
And Greg, read your question.
So my question to Andrew Friedman was, with Ohtani deferring so much money, how much pressure do you feel to make upgrades to the roster more than past years, whether through trades or big free agency signings?
Can I tell you how he's going to answer that?
We always want to upgrade
Blah,
our...
blah, blah, wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, we're always looking to upgrade our team, regardless of Shohei being here or not.
Here's what I told him. Ask Shohei his dog's name.
Yeah, and I have that next.
Yeah.
To Shohei, what's your dog's name?
What's your dog's name? We don't know what his dog's name is.
Here's what, if I had one question to ask Shohei.
Okay, I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to tell them to do it.
All right, this is it. You ready?
Yep.
Write this down carefully. Can I have $1 million?
Oh, sure.
That would be very...
By
You'd
the
go
way-
viral.
By the way, and you know
I'm
what?
actually going to tell him to do that.
And
I asked
800,000 can be deferred.
Yeah. I asked
You'll
Mark
have to give me
Cuban that
200 today.
once. We had Mark Cuban on the show.
Yep.
And I asked him that, and he said, sure, just not from me.
Yeah, right.
All right, I'm telling them to do it. To Shohei, can I have $1 million?
There you go.
What's up,
Up next, what's up, fool? In the meantime, you know, I was talking to somebody. People have been hearing me do these ads now for the LA County Department of Mental Health, and guys in particular have a hard time expressing when they've got a mental health issue going on, because we're guys and we don't talk about it, and we're all about removing the stigma from this. If you are feeling, you know, overwhelmed, or you're feeling lonely, or you're feeling anxious or depressed, it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. And you want to talk to somebody right away, whoever is closest to you in your life, your wife or husband or mom or dad or whoever that is, so they can support you the best way they know how. And the LA County Department of Mental Health is here to help too, with free emotional support, service referrals, and crisis counseling. 24/7 hotline number, 800-854-7771. You're not alone. Website, dmh.lacounty.gov. The LA County Department of Mental Health is all about hope and recovery and well-being. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The 12 Days of 710. Hi, this is Michelle Smallman, host of the new ESPN radio morning show, Unsportsmanlike. Heard weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on 710. It's that time of year, time for the season of winning on 710. Just listen for me to give you the cue to call. When you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you get to pick a holiday gift box in the 710 studio. Will it be the Travis box, the Sliwa box, Mason, Ireland, the Sedano box, or Cappy? Each box could have a fabulous prize for you to win.
Each weekday at 2:45, What's Up, Fool? And we've been very excited that What's Up, Fool is made possible by our friends at Dos Hombres. In fact, we've got a special guest voice. Take it away, guest voice.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's It's mezcal. Dos hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. All right, so an NBA insider is claiming, they're not saying which NBA insider, is claiming that multiple sources have pointed to the Brooklyn Nets as potential threats to trade for Donovan Mitchell. Now, would Donovan Mitchell stay in Brooklyn because he wants to be in New York, and it's right there? It's not the Knicks, but it's still in New York.
Sure.
So
why wouldn't he?
Well, because he's always been. The whole thought is that he's going to go to the Knicks. He's always wants to play for the Knicks. So if the Nets trade for him, is that they just trying to say like, hey, we're
I'm not
here?
so sure it's not better to go to the Nets than the Knicks. The Knicks have James Dolan for an owner, and he can't get out of the way. I mean, they haven't won anything ever. And so if I'm Donovan
Have the
Mitchell,
Nets?
well, they've been to the finals more recently
when they were in Jersey. Yeah.
Then when Byron Scott was coaching them, they went to the finals, and a few years ago they were decent again, and then they kind of crashed and burned when they did the Kyrie Durant experiment. But Joe Tsai, I'd rather play for Joe Tsai than James Dolan.
Sure. So a lineup of Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell, Mikal Bridges, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Nick Claxton.
Not going to win a title, but probably making the playoffs.
Okay.
Donovan Mitchell, nice player.
Nice player. He's a really good player.
Yeah, he's all NBA. He's really good.
So, I mean, I get why they would make the trade. I don't know. You're saying whether it's Brooklyn or the Knicks?
Well, like the thought has been for years that he's going to go to the Knicks. Go to the Knicks. And so if Brooklyn trades for him, maybe he stays because they're actually they're still in New York.
Well, Brooklyn is right next to Manhattan, so I think it's going to work out.
Yeah, but if your goal is to be a Knick.
Right. Oh, yeah, no, that's different. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's up,
Foo? All right, guys. So I saw this story about you being able to live on a cruise. Okay, would you guys be interested in living in an 8-dock ship? It departs from England.
Nice.
You're going to be hitting 147 countries in that 3.5-year span. Yeah. And it's going to cost you a little bit, $89 a day.
$89 a day for 3.5 years.
For 3.5. See, it sounds good. When I read it, I think it's almost $100K.
$100K a year?
Yeah, it's about $100K a year, if I'm not mistaken.
365 divided by 2.
Okay, so here's a little thing about cruises. I went on one.
I saw Titanic. I'm not down.
So
times 89.
Greg's it's $100K.
$81,212.
It's like $100K. I was close.
So
$100K.
I think cruise ships are big floating petri dishes. I only hear about them.
That's a fact.
When somebody gets sick and all of a sudden the whole ship is sick and they can't dock anywhere, and I do not want to be in that. And I don't like the buffet. I mean, on a cruise ship, like you'll find like a big pile of shrimp.
Yes.
Right?
It looks
and you're
gross.
reaching into the shrimp. It's terrible.
It's the best
and
part.
Everybody's, they don't have a snot shield on the buffet.
Ew.
You know the snot shield. That's what they call that thing.
It's a sneeze shield.
Sneeze shield. There you go.
I know what you're talking about.
All that stuff. Cruises are disgusting. I would never go on one again.
Here's the thing, Laura. You said this would cost me $89 a day.
Yeah, so it's about $100K for the 3.5 years.
If they want to pay me, I'll do it, but I'm not paying them. Be Isaac, the bartender or something, but no, I'm not paying money to spend 3.5 years on a cruise. Bergman, no, there's no golf courses on cruise ships. I'm out.
No, you'd be completely out, and I wouldn't do it either because it's just nuts. Like I'll go on a short cruise, give me a couple-day cruise. I think I could do okay with that.
Okay.
But Brian loves cruises.
Oh, I love cruises.
You're going on a cruise next year at some point. I forget when it is.
Puerto Rico, Dominican.
Nice. The Dominican's amazing.
Would you do this?
I don't think I could do it more than 5 days is a lot. I couldn't do it more than a week. Yeah, that's nuts.
John, we just got a tweet from our friend Ed. He says
Hi, Ed.
they just went on a cruise for a week, and 6 of the 30 people in the group got COVID, including his wife.
Oh.
It is a petri dish indeed.
Yeah, Ed's
It's
right.
crazy.
And so we're all out, right? Except Brian would do it for 2 days, and then he'd be out.
I want to try it. I've never done it.
3 years?
No.
Oh.
Saw the Titanic. I'm out. But I would do it for a few days. I definitely want to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the ones right out here out of Long Beach.
Right,
$3
Long
cruises.
Beach.
Like Ensenada.
And you can do that one.
I could do that.
I'll cruise to Catalina as long as I'm back by 4 o'clock.
They got boats out of Long Beach too.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, I don't know if you saw that Doritos is going to be teaming up with a liquor company, Empirical.
this.
Yeah, so they're going to be coming up
liquor.
Come
a
on.
nacho cheese flavored
Gross.
liquor that
Yep.
smells and tastes just like the real thing.
Yep.
$65 a bottle. It's going to hit New York and California next month.
Does it
Guys,
have a name?
Hard pass. That's the
I don't
name.
think so. It's
Hard
just
pass.
Empirical Doritos, and it's a bottle of
So gross.
vodka.
Yeah, no thank you.
So I had this story too. I'm trying to see. They've actually
A nacho cheese spirit, I think is what they're calling
a
it.
nacho cheese spirit. You know, I gotta say, I'd probably try it. I do like Doritos a lot.
You would try it?
You would.
Sure.
I mean,
get a bottle of it. Get a bottle. I'll try it.
there used to be a
try
peanut
it,
butter
too.
like whiskey that would come around here
That
every once in a while.
sounds
No,
delicious.
it was
They have that.
awful.
Peanut
It was
butter whiskey sounds
absolutely
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awful.
The
No.
ranchata's good. That one's good. But then it's like sweet and,
Yeah, the nacho cheese. If we can get a bottle of it, can we order a bottle? Let's
in.
try it out.
Yeah, let's try it.
Go
Nacho
ahead.
cheese liquor.
Go ahead. Amazon
Amazon probably carries it.
Maybe,
What's up, fool?
I was going to say
Did
maybe
John say?
Costco.
Are you gonna?
John, you're out on.
100% out.
Okay, I love the idea of liquid nacho cheese liquor. That sounds delicious.
Sounds so good.
It sounds
Now
disgusting.
if it's Cool Ranch, we got a different
Oh,
story.
Cool
Oh.
Watch out.
You guys have weird taste buds, but I'm not judging. That's all you guys.
What's up, fool?
All right, so I actually posted to Mace and Greg earlier. So Brian and John, you guys are fresh ears. My nephew, I asked him what he wanted for Christmas. He's 12 years old.
Money, cash.
No, well, I told him that asked for a Chargers jersey, and I refused to buy it. And my sister got mad at me. And I'm like, am I wrong for refusing to buy a Chargers jersey? Because I'm a Rams fan. And I'm like, you're not really a fan. It's your dad kind of pushing this team on you.
Right.
So I just kind of got upset at my sister for her getting upset at me. Am I wrong on this?
How old's your nephew?
He's 12.
If he's made up his mind about
I don't think he
teams,
has.
You think he's still open to
Yes.
considering the Rams?
Because he was okay with the Rams jersey
What
until my
would-
sister said no.
Your sister blocked the Rams jersey?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is what you do.
Don't listen to the sister.
Yes.
Get a Aaron Donald jersey, and you get a Justin Herbert jersey, and you put them in the same box and let him pick.
No, that's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
Just put two jerseys out there, whichever one he goes to.
It's funny because the one that I bought him originally was an Aaron Donald jersey.
There you
So I already
go.
have one of the two.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
By the way, does this see if this changes your mind? It's called Empirical Doritos. This is the liquor. It says it's neat or over ice in a margarita or Bloody Mary, the real thing. Experience the indulgent flavors of your favorite snack in a liquid form. The spirit opens with umami and tangy aromas of nacho cheese, moving to the deeper corn-forward flavors of the chip to finish on a soft, salty note.
I don't even think Michael Thompson would like Doritos flavored liquor.
I love their description. though.
Right,
It sounds
so good.
sounds so good the way they describe it.
None of it sounds good.
I just ordered a bottle.
Did you really?
We're gonna get one for the holidays. Nothing says the holidays like Doritos liquor. Up. All right, coming up, we are going to try to connect with the Ohtani
Yes,
press
it's
conference.
It's coming close. I think he's going to the stage right now.
We've got people there for the introductory
Embedded.
press conference, and we will get some of that for you coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Don't miss The 12 Days of 710. Hi, this is Michelle Smallman, host of the new ESPN radio morning show Unsportsmanlike. Heard weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on 710. It's that time of year, time for the season of winning on 710. Just listen for me to give you the cue to call. When you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you get to pick a holiday gift box in the 710 studio. Will it be the Travis box, the Sliwa box, Mason, Ireland, the Sedano box, or Cappy? Each